Welcome back, Slayers. The new Strand Wave Frame Grenade Launcher, Tusk of the Boar, is actually pretty good. Simply playing Iron Banner and turning in 1 engram as well as Glimmer to have a chance at chasing down those juicy rolls. I've already did a full dive on the best rolls in this video here. Today, we're looking at a Slice Hatchling roll and a Sideways Chain Reaction roll, as these are my personal god rolls. But we will take a look at the alternatives as well. Due to this season's artifacts, Strand weapons are a bit inflated, so enjoy them while you can. If you find anything helpful today, make sure to spank that like button and subscribe, ringing the bell, as Ty1slayer creates educational content all the time. Testing parameters take us into some coal runs, as well as just some Seraph Shield to showcase the sheer amount of ad clear as expected from a wave frame. As I said, Strand is definitely inflated this season, so the build is cooking extra due to unraveling orbs. When picking up an orb of power, it grants your Strand weapons unraveling rounds. These pierce barrier champs, and when damaging unraveled targets, they create those Strand projectiles that seek out more enemies. As well as Horde Shuttle, damaging unraveled targets with a weapon occasionally spawns a Threadling. There's a lot of extra Strand value on the field, provided you're creating those orbs of power. The big three. Starting in third column, we have Envious Assassin, Slice and Slide Wave. Envious Assassin overflows the mag based on the rapid amount of kills with a different weapon before drawing this one. With the nerfs to this perk, it only procs on 1 kill, so any kill after is wasted. Now the Tusk of the Boar can hold 3 at maximum stacks. So it looks something like this. 1 kill, you switch to the weapon with Envious Assassin, switch back another kill, and then switch back until you have 3 primed. Slideways is really good still. You don't mind swapping your weapons a fair share to fully maximize it. First and foremost, I'm on a 6 Coyote Hunter, so off dodging I'm guaranteed 2 reloads via class ability, as well as creating Strand decoys for more initial damage on decoy explosion and Threadlings, which we'll cover more later on. Slideways functions on a cooldown, but it can be bypassed by weapon swapping. You can even swap and slide in the beginning of sliding, switch back to your Slideways weapon and proc it. Now guys, do not sleep on the Slice Hatchling roll, as Slice reduces outgoing damage by about 40% as they are severed. Slice is as follows: activate a class ability, and for duration Strand weapons will sever targets. The next 5 hits within 8 seconds of activating that class ability. To further maximize our Strand gooey green moist attackers, we opt to run 6 Coyote as well as Threadling grenades. The aspects we use are Threaded Spectre. Activating your class ability creates a decoy. When that decoy is destroyed, it sends out 3 Threadlings to track down enemies. You'll proc this twice due to 6 Coyote, gain a second dodge charge. We also run Whirling Maelstrom. In simple terms, let it rip. When you destroy a Tango, it turns into a literal Beyblade that seeks out and damages targets, emitting unraveling projectiles when it defeats them. Oh, and guess what? Unraveled targets unwind into a Tango when defeated, and we also use these fragments. Thread of Finality, finish your final blows, create Threadlings. Thread of Ascent, activating grenade will reload equipped weapon. Thread of Rebirth, Strand weapon final blows have a chance to create Threadlings. Lastly, Thread of Evolution, Threadlings travel farther and deal additional damage. Getting into column 4, the most sought for perk here is Chain Reaction for obvious reasons. Chain Reaction defeating targets creates an elemental explosion in a 3-meter radius. These explosions scale to combatant damage scaling. As per this spreadsheet by Mossy Max, we're looking at a 3.14 times scaling to minors and a 2.63 times scaling to champions. So chain reaction damage on minors are about 33k. But in the future, Bungie will be reworking chain reaction, so do keep that in mind. But by all means though, use the hell out of it while you can. Make sure you have a backup hatchling roll. Precision final blows, or in this case, rapidly defeating targets with the weapon, will spawn a Threadling at the target's location. Final thoughts. All these perks will be retroactively enhanceable in final shape, so everything will only get better. At this point in time, with Chain Reaction still being good, I'm actually loving Slice Chain Reaction and Slideways Chain Reaction. The god roll over time for me will still have to be Slice Hatchling, though as Hatchling will supplement the loss of our Strand artifact Horde Shuttle. To remember, Slice is reducing combatants' output damage by 40%, while they are severed. I do want to add there's a strong possibility of even more busted Strand artifacts going through final shape, so things may very well get even more spicier, so only time will tell. To end, Tusk of the Boar being the only Strand waveframe in the game right now, it's in a league of its own, so I wouldn't compare it to Forbearance or any other waveframe GL for that matter at this time, as it is the king for Strand. Remember, you can catch Ty1slayer live on Twitch Mondays through Fridays at 9 AM EST, typically till late. We're at twitch.tv/Ty1slayer. And remember to slay and conquer.